all about my sketchbook meditation practice and maybe how it can help you. Hey there, I'm in my studio and I thought I'd come on here and talk to you about a practice that I love doing that helps ground me, helps clear my mind, helps me tap into new ideas. And it's something that I do every day, and it's something that you don't have to have any sort of skill level really to do it. It's just simply showing up. And for me, I show up in my sketchbooks. I do my sketchbook meditations. And how do I do my sketchbook meditations? Well, one of the ways that I do them is simply by, let me get to a page and show you. So a lot of times in my sketchbooks, I have a couple sketchbooks here that I can show you. A lot of times in my sketchbooks, I will start a page spread with just blank boxes, all different sizes, however you want to organize it and lay it out. You could even make them bigger, whatever you want. You don't even have to make boxes. I like to do them because you'll see why in a minute. But doing this practice helps me just navigate my days and make marks, show up, and not really have any specific thoughts in mind. It simply could be just like drawing repeat shapes, circles, squares, triangles, hearts, stars. What's that cereal? Anyway, so yeah, I can do it with watercolor. But you don't have to use watercolor. You can show up simply. You see in here? That's just a Bic pen. And see, it's not precious. It's not a straight line. It's not perfect. And this is about not being perfect. This is about just showing up, releasing these marks, having a place where you can just kind of helps settle the noise in my brain by making these repetitive marks, whether it be a spiral or even just a wavy line or anything. You know, the colors from doing watercolor tests and samples and patterns. Here's another example. This helps me just clear out so much of the noise that we hear daily. And also it's a way to focus my mind and not scroll and not get stuck into these dark rabbit holes that are everywhere nowadays. And you just have to be super mindful and careful about your energy and protecting your energy. And that's what this helps me do. It helps me protect my energy. It helps me stay in a creative space. So I wanted to share it with you because I thought maybe you might want to think about getting one of these little 5x8. I like 5x8 sketchbooks. 5x8 sketchbooks. This is from Dick Blick. It's just, what is the brand on this one is Talon's Art Creation. And I tell you that not because I'm sponsored, because I'm not. I'm telling you that because simply the pages are pretty heavy duty and they can hold watercolor and they can hold ink and they don't bleed through. See, this has something on this page too, and it didn't bleed through. And they get kind of wet, like when I'm working on them, and they've never ever bled through the pages. They've never, they hold it pretty darn well. So I hope that maybe you might consider taking on your own sketchbook meditation practice. Here are some simple, very abstract, very just simple line art and indications of humans that I see in my daily commute. I do a lot of spirals because it helps me think about breathing. breathe as I'm drawing the spiral. And that's all I do. It clears my head. Like I said, sketchbook meditation. Here's another one, another spread that you can see. And I have my cats. Is that Bud? No. It's Bud. It's Bud. It's always Bud. So don't be precious. Come up with your own symbols that you like to repeat. Like for me, see this like this 4-heart symbol that it ends up looking almost like a little bit of like a clover in a way. I do that a lot. And you know what that is? Those 4 hearts represent my cats, my 4 cats that I love. And sometimes there'll be dots around them, and those are other cats and people. That's what it represents. And it's just something that I always end up drawing. So you might have one for yourself, just some sort of symbol that you come up with. Or you might just want to draw circles over and over and over again. It's really a peaceful, healing task, or not task, but like process, practice. It's a healing practice. And you could have books and books of all these fun little squares, and who knows what you're gonna develop from them, because things pop up. I mean, you know, one minute you're drawing them, and then the next minute, what appears? You get like this guy, and he ended up being my aioli monster. He was the first aioli monster I drew, right here. And then actually I ended up drawing a bigger version of him in my book. I'll show you. And if you want to see more of those, you can go to angiemason.com, or actually I think they're on my art shop, which you can find at angiemason.com. And you can see the whole series of these aioli monsters. So this isn't about that. This is really about showing up for yourself in whatever way works for you. For me, it's water pens. It is, what's a water pen? A water pen is, well, this one's dirty, but I'll show you some. They're dirty because I might have put inks in them, or they get dirty when you use them with watercolor. You fill them with water, that's all it is. And then you squeeze them, and then the water comes out, and then you got a wet watercolor brush. And what's really cool about that is when you're commuting, you don't need a big setup to do watercolors like on a moving train or in a car. You just have your little, I don't have it in front of me. I have like a little mini watercolor. I have a little mini watercolor palette. Here's a bigger one. But like I could just, I don't know if there's water in this. Let's see. Yeah, there is. So I could just squeeze the, see, water's dripping out of it, and just a little bit. And then I'm like, stirring it in the palette, and then I got blue paint on the brush that I can now use in some meditations. Hey, you know, and I'm not going to do it for me, but I'm showing you, you know, you could just come here. If you need more water, squeeze it, and then you just pull the paint around however you want in this box. And you don't have to make it, like I said, be about watercolor. It could be simply a pencil, a crayon. It could be a Bic pen, which I really love the Bic pens. They're very nostalgic to me. And I know they're not probably archival, but you use what you love. That's my mantra. It's one of them. I have mantras every single day. I'll just make them up. But no, really, I do have mantras, and one of the ones that I always say is allowing yourself to be lost in order to be found. And this is kind of like that with sketchbook meditations. Shaking my table. Sketchbook meditations are just a way to help clear out the weeds in our minds so you can get more creative energy flow. That's how it works for me. And I'm sharing it because maybe it would work for you. And even not to become an artist, but maybe even just to exist peacefully in your days. Maybe it'll help you ground in this chaotic world that we live in. And it could be a replacement for scrolling. It could be a replacement for just ruminating in your own thoughts. It could help you recenter and have a good day. So I just wanted to share that with you. I hope that maybe you try it. And as always, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching and spending your time with me. I hope you protect your energy. I hope you keep the joy in your heart. It is really a challenge too these days, I know. But maybe with a little extra effort in our sketchbook meditation practice, we can protect our energy, protect our hearts, and keep the joy in our heart and push through and get to a better place for everybody. With that said, take care till next time, and I hope you get your sketchbooks. Let me know in the comments. Bye, guys.
And now I'm going to give you a little closer look inside my sketchbooks to show you how these sketchbook meditations ended up looking in my books, and how I created these spaces to give myself that space to pause and just be peaceful and basically have a safe space to go to clear my mind. And there's no other real intention besides doing that I have in place. Sometimes things come, and that's okay, and that's welcome. But really, it is just about making marks, color blocks, clearing my thoughts, and creating a healing ritual, a healing practice that my brain can quiet itself. And I'm a visual person, so this helps my brain reset. And I'm sharing this practice with you because I feel like it could be helpful for others. And if you're a writer, words can be used in these blocks. You can scribble and do automatic writing, whatever you want to say. You can express it. You can not say anything at all. You can use it all about your breath by making spirals or circles or shapes or any other mark that makes sense for you. It's about showing up daily in my books. It's about just allowing myself to have that space. It's not about being precious. You can use a Bic pen, as I have right here. You could use crayon. You could use anything at all. You can use a fancy pen, a fancy paintbrush, if that makes you happy, if that feels good for you. All I'm saying is that if you allow yourself this time and space daily to not expect anything other than the time that you're being present in your sketchbooks, to clear your mind and create space for yourself, it can help you navigate your days a little bit better. You'll feel a little bit more grounded, clear-minded. We have a lot of noise and chaos in the world right now, a lot of darkness. And this just helps reset my nervous system to just step back and pause, breathe, be present, and begin again. You can get any size notebook you'd like. You could get notebooks anywhere. You could even get a notebook at a drugstore or a supermarket. They're relatively inexpensive. And this practice is relatively inexpensive. You can make it very expensive, but really, it's not so much about materials and methods as it is about showing up. So I hope you consider maybe getting a sketchbook for yourself and allowing yourself that space to just be present and be peaceful with yourself, to show up, make marks, release, clear your mind, and just reset. Thanks for watching again, and I'd really would love to hear if you end up doing this for yourself, or if you have a practice that you're already doing. Let me know. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe for more.